guys. Guess who's in Australia now? We are, and it's currently almost 7 o'clock, and we're freaking exhausted.
Yeah. We finally made it in yesterday.
Yesterday afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
After a 10-hour flight with nothing but babies crying. That was it.
No food.
No, they didn't give us any food. Like, not even crackers or cookies. Nothing.
And we had an 11-hour layover in Hawaii, and we slept in the cold.
The Hawaii airport's really nice, though, so that was a plus. But
After
yeah.
we got in the morning, but
it was
the whole night was cold.
It was so cold because the airport's half inside, half outside, and it cools down so much at night. I was freezing. And of course, I'm like, I'm going to Australia. All I packed was crop tops, like no clothes that are good for keeping warm.
And then we finally got in, and Dominique got stopped.
Yeah, I got stopped by U.S. Customs, and I'm like, shit, they're gonna kill me. I'm a feminist. Trump doesn't like feminists.
There's Foxy's playing everywhere.
I'm like, this isn't good for me. I can't handle this. They went through my bag because my candy showed up weird, and the customs officer, he was just joking about how much food I packed in my carry-on.
No, like, we packed a lot of food. Like, we went to Costco and
backpack.
It was literally all
just
food.
Snacks. My whole backpack.
We have priorities.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, yeah, there were 3 guys, like, right after me who all got stopped too. And
it was so crazy, actually. Like, Dominique was already talking to this other customs officer right now, and I'm still waiting there for her to deal with her stuff. And then these other guys get stopped, and the police officer was just like, or the person there was just like, take 2 steps back. Do you have anything sharp in here? And the guy was just like, not responsive, didn't say anything, and it was just like, and the customs officer was like, did you hear me? I said, do you have anything sharp in here or dangerous? And then he was just like, possibly. And then, so essentially, like, they went through his bag and found knives.
Multiple knives, as in plural.
And it was a couple people there was flying with also had knives. And not to be judgy or anything like that, I mean, they kind of gave off impression that they might be a part of a gang. But you know what? I'm not really a place to judge. I don't really know. It's just, it could be just how they dress. Like, it's not a big deal. But yeah, it was pretty insane.
Intense. Yeah.
And then we walked out, and literally they were like police officers hurtled all around them, and we're trying to get us peek in, try to see like what's going on, and like we're like, yeah, no, we want to make it to Sydney. So we went on our flight, and there was a beautiful garden there. Yeah, like literally, it was like a Chinese
airport. They had 2 Chinese gardens, and then a Japanese garden.
And like you can smell, like there was a gigantic cherry blossom, and you could just smell the cherry blossoms. Like it was just like infiltrating your whole body. It was just beautiful.
I got a leg workout in at the airport too, and I posted it on my Instagram. Check it out.
You guys should probably grab something to eat because this might be kind of long. We got pizza.
Yeah, we were so lazy to cook. But yeah, so long flight, no food, crying babies. You want to shoot yourself in the foot like 10 times over. But we finally arrived in Sydney, and we were just so happy. And then
it was around 2 o'clock, so it was like midday, so like it was really, it's a really good time to like arrive, and it wasn't that busy, so we got out of customs really fast. Dominique went to declare these nuts, and I was like, no, we're not going to declare these nuts, and then she was like, getting us, she's like, no, I think we should, and I'm like, no, like, because when you declare something, they just like make you go through everything, and then it's not even that you declared something, it's that they're going to find something else that you didn't declare and fine you for that instead. So it's just like, you just take the risk and go no on your papers and just leave, okay? You just walk out of there smoothly. So we took the risk, and it was fine.
Yeah, then we Ubered back to the rental where we're staying right here a rental house, and
it turns out it's super close to the airport, so
yeah,
it was like a less than a $25 Uber ride.
Yeah, $23 Uber ride. Okay.
And even though, because like everyone's telling us it's gonna be over $80 to take a cab and blah 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 blah, guys, just take a Uber. Cabs are dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really.
Like they're dead.
And we get to our place, our rental place, and it's exactly like the pictures online, which is fantastic. Like,
beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
This house wasn't even built till a year ago.
We're only the second tenants here.
Yeah, and it's outstanding because real estate is so expensive in Sydney. Like, we got such a good deal here. We have like gas stove to cook
which is
with.
So rare. Like when we were finding a place to live, there was absolutely nothing.
Literally,
like
all the other places we were looking at,
there was either no laundry,
like, hot plates to cook with, and now we have a gas stove,
a beautiful kitchen. Our bedroom has a walkout, like literally a walkout, like into the backyard. We have our own little patio set that we had breakfast in this morning, which was beautiful.
It's 100% furnished down to linens and cookware. Everything's done.
Don't have to worry about anything. If we had better lighting and it wasn't so dead and at nighttime, we would show you. But
yeah, it's awesome. Honestly, I couldn't be more happy with where we're staying. I thought we were gonna be staying in something really ghetto because it's so expensive to live in Sydney. But
and we're still paying. It's within our budget and everything, which is why I'm so like, I'm surprised. I'm actually just surprised. Like this has just been really great.
Yeah, but we get here and it's so different from Canada. Okay, first of all, people, like, all the cars are like right-hand wheels, so they drive on the opposite road of Canada, and the lanes are so narrow. Literally, the lanes you drive
like,
it
feels like someone's gonna like drive past you and like bump your mirror, and you're like not just it's
literally
insane.
Like the lanes people drive in here are smaller than our parking stalls. It's like you're this close to the curb and you're like this close to the person beside you, and I'm losing my mind.
And our Uber driver, like, it's just, I don't know if he was a crazy driver or not, but it seemed like he was like really intense because he would just like turn so fast.
Yeah,
it was just
like accelerate and then brake and accelerate and brake.
And we're like,
brother, stop.
Like,
stop. I don't drive like this ever.
And there's like no trucks. The only trucks we've seen are like these really weird, low to the ground.
And like,
they're pretty much cars with just like a long bottom or something. Like I don't even.
And when you drive, it feels like you're driving on the wrong side of the road because it's opposite. So like when you're driving, your head's fucked with the whole time, and you feel like this is not right. That this is not gonna end well. But it's fine. And then so
we got here, and then our landlord wasn't even here, so we've been flying for 2 days. We come from a different country, we figured out a way to get here, we're at the door, we're like, okay, we made it. And then we're stranded outside because there's no one home. So we're like ringing the doorbell, we're like, okay, like there has to be someone in there. We told her ahead of time that we're coming, and like nothing,
we're like
no response.
Eternally like freaking out. And
then so Dominique has like this travel plan, so we ended up calling back. I told him like, Mom, and then
so I had to call back to Canada so we could find the number for our landlord, and then we called her, and she came really quick in like 15-20 minutes.
She was just on the block, I guess.
Yeah, she was just like on the train home, so it worked out really well.
Yeah.
Like she was just walking back when we called her, which was awesome. And then we got in and she showed us around and we got settled in. And then they're so sweet, our landlords. They took us grocery shopping.
They're literally like, they're like, oh, we know you guys are like students and all this stuff. And well, this house, I think another reason why I got a really good deal was because it was a student housing kind of thing. So anyway, so she's like, I know like we've had students before and you guys are like really stressed out and all this stuff, so we want to just take you grocery shopping for the first time because you're gonna need all this like really large stuff, and I know you don't have a car. So we're like, seriously, like really? We're like, okay. So we ended up going grocery shopping yesterday too, which was so convenient because we ended up getting everything we needed and food for breakfast and lunch and everything today, and this pizza.
Yeah.
And the groceries, I mean, like they're honestly, I do think they're more expensive.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
not like hugely more expensive, but there's certain items that are more
that you're
expensive.
like we got a thing of tomatoes and it was like $8 or $9, and I would never pay that much for tomatoes, but I love tomatoes, and I was like, well,
yeah,
I never thought I would love tomatoes enough to pay $9 for them,
but their apples are really delicious.
They are.
I had
their
one
fruit
of their
is
apples.
really good.
Yeah, it was so good.
And their asparagus is really cheap here. So asparagus that's like
super expensive.
Yeah, it's like really cheap here. So I mean, like, I don't know, I guess there's a certain balance that goes on, and if you look for deals, which we will, I think it'll be good too. Like there's some pretty good deals. What else? And then we got here, and then we were so exhausted. It was like 8:30.
Literally, I just showered and went to bed.
We just went to bed. Like it was like 8:30, and it was actually worked out really well because we adjusted to the time zone like pretty like on the dot, like the first night over. Like we didn't have any trouble sleeping because we were so exhausted from crying babies and not sleeping. So we went to bed, and then we woke up at like 6 a.m. Understandable.
Yeah.
And then I just came into Dominique's room and just like started like just sleeping here, and I was like woke her up because I was like, you know, I think I'm ready to start a day today. I'm ready for a new day, a better day.
So we woke up and we made a really nice breakfast, hash browns and eggs and toast.
It was so good.
And tea. And we sat out on our little like backyard patio and had a like nice breakfast with the Sydney sunrise at 7 in the morning.
It was 17 degrees. Yes, 17 a beautiful degrees. Sunrise.
Yeah, it was really nice. And then we started getting ready for the day. So Mega showered, and then I did the dishes, and I FaceTimed my mom, because otherwise she'd kill me for not talking to her enough.
She's gonna see this video, probably.
Yeah.
She's gonna kill you now. She wasn't gonna kill you before.
She can't kill me in Australia.
Everything else can, though.
Yeah, everything. And then, so we started, like, unpacking a little bit, and then we went out to explore Sydney and figure out our stuff.
Well, I have school tomorrow, so I literally had one day to figure out and get my stuff together in a new country and figure out how I'm going to get to school and figure out everything. Literally, I only had one day, so today was our day, and we did pretty good. I mean, we found the train station.
Yeah.
We found it. Like, we just asked someone, and we met this older guy that told us where it was.
Yeah, we kind of, like, got a little bit lost going to the train station, so we saw this couple, and we stopped them to, like, kind of get directions to get us back en route, and he was actually from Canada. He
Ontario.
moved here, like, years ago, though, and he never went back, so maybe that'll be us.
Yeah. And he jokingly said that, don't get married or else we're not going to go back.
Oh, and we went to the wine store, the liquor store, and you can get bottles of wine, 3 for $25. Really, like, you can get 2 bottles of Jacob's Creek for, what was it, like $14?
Yeah, it was
2
insane.
bottles of Jacob's Creek for $14. Hello.
We have to go back.
Yeah. And then, then we actually took the train, and their train station is insane. It's so nice here.
Edmonton, I'm sorry, but there's something wrong with their transit system, and it has to get fixed. Like, I've been to so many countries, and this is absolutely terrible. Like, I cannot even explain to you. Like, the trains here are honestly, like, I don't think they're anything crazy. I don't think they're anything, but they're great. Like, you can get from one end to the other end really fast.
Yeah.
There's just one really large train that goes from one end to the other end of the city, and that's like the main train, and then that main train branches up to little trains, like kind of like the LRT that we have, but even bigger than the LRT.
Yeah.
They branch off into like little LRTs, and then after those they have bus stations. So if you want to go to even more exact location, you would take the bus, and that's how it should work. It should be like this like tree that branches out, not like the 8 that goes from one end of the city to the other end, and you're on it for like an hour and a half, wasting like your whole life away. Me and Dominic literally were ranting and like just so upset with the Edmonton transit station for so long. The whole time we're like, this is crazy.
Their actual trains are really cool because you walk in and you're like on a main level, and then you can like go down and there's like a lower level, and then you can go up and there's a higher level.
So it's like a
trains have like 3 levels. They're so big.
And they're air conditioned, and they are super comfortable. The seats are super comfortable, and they're really clean.
Spacious. They're so clean.
They're so clean.
So clean.
And you know what? Nice.
people in Australia are so freaking
nice.
nice.
Everyone is so nice. Like, everyone's just happy because it's nice outside.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure there has to be some scientific fact.
Canadians are nice. Like, Australians are nice.
Yeah. There has to be, like, I'm guaranteed there's some scientific fact that tells you that when you live in a warmer place, you are happier and you are nicer.
Yeah.
That's why people that lived in warmer places never colonized anyone. It's always, think about it, it's always like these white guys that lived in like these privileged countries that were always cold. They wanted someone warmer and they couldn't have it, so they just like got it.
And we were walking around kind of like more like the city center of Sydney, I guess. And we were walking in this one park, and it was really interesting because there were tents everywhere on the edge of this park, all around the perimeter. And we're like, why are there tents? And like, actually, there's a whole bunch of homeless people just living in these tents all over. And Sydney has actually taken these like rails and like
they're protecting the homeless
sections around all their tents to give like homeless people like more space and more privacy. So they kind of have like, even though it's a public park, they have their own area, which is really cool. But it also makes me wonder about, like, Sydney's homelessness problem. I know it's more prominent in warmer countries just because it's easier to survive in a warmer climate than it is to survive in Edmonton, right? So,
but, you know, it's been shown that if you actually, like, actually helping the homeless doesn't mean just kicking them off those areas. It's not going to make them get a home. Actually helping them and giving them privacy and showing them that, you know what I mean, like they are capable,
still, like, dignified human beings,
they are, and because they're human and they have like they are able to get a job, and like if you treat them like they are and they, like, you know what I mean, like it's just human nature. If you treat them like a human, they're gonna, like, you know, and they're probably more like, you are more respectful, right, if you're respected more. And there's some things to learn from.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And then we kind of got lost trying to find University of Sydney, which is why we ended up at that park.
Yeah, we went west instead of going east, so we had to loop back around. So we ended up.
And I'm no help because I'm like directionally ill. Like I can't tell directions.
I literally was looking at a map and I'm like, okay, we're here and we need to go here, so we have to go east. And Megan looks at me like, what is east? I don't know. Yeah, so I'm like, okay, Megan, the sun rises in the east, and then it moves throughout the day, and it sets in the west. So as long as you know where the sun is, you always know what direction it is. But our engineer didn't know that.
Okay, but technically, like, it's hard to see, though. You can only see the sun in the morning. And if you weren't paying attention in the morning, like if it's not, like, bright and shining, like, you're not going to be, like... I don't know. Anyways.
Our engineer of the year.
Anyways. I can read maps. Maps work. Maps help a little bit.
Yeah, so we got on the right track, and then we went to the University of Sydney. It's super cool. There's some really cool architecture on the outside of the building. And then from there, we went to set up our bank accounts, which was kind of a mess because we got to the first place and we did, and they're like, oh, your card's gonna come in the mail in 7 days now. And we're like,
we need money now.
Yeah,
I need money now.
Hello. And I'm like, okay, well, can we withdraw our money because we have to pay our rent? And they're like, well, you can only withdraw $500, and we have to pay $1,300. So we're like, hello. So they're like, well, if you want more, you have to go to this other branch, and then they can give you withdraw up to $10,000. So we had to go to this other branch, which worked out really well because the teller that I talked to, her boyfriend's company is actually hiring people on 3-month contracts right now, which is absolutely perfect for me.
And we're here for 3 months.
So I called him and I got his email, and I actually just sent in my resume and cover letter before starting
which we were working on for the last couple hours. And also,
oh, it did not take a couple hours. And like half an hour.
We also got SIM cards.
Yeah, for our phones. Okay.
Which is nice.
Literally, I bought a phone for $30, and I paid another $30 or $35. Yeah. And I get unlimited calling, unlimited texting, 4 gigs of data, like international texting. I get calls to like a certain number of countries. Like their plans here are so cheap.
Like seriously, I mean, like I'm so glad. I know my friend, she was telling me, she's like, wait, just don't like get a travel plan, don't anything like that. Just wait, just go to Australia, get a SIM card there, trust me. And I was kind of like, okay, but I just like I believed her, and honestly, I'm so glad I got one for $20 because I didn't need a phone, so I just got like a different thing, and it was $20, and it's 2 gigs of data and unlimited call and text within Sydney, and that's all I really need because to talk to anyone in Canada now Messenger has Skype kind of type thing and phone calls, so honestly it's not even that big of a deal because I was using that anyways.
Honestly, we're getting ripped off in phone plans in Canada.
I don't understand how can they, and like there were plans that were like it was international calling and texting unlimited. So, like, within Canada, I could do that, and I could get 8 gigs of data for, like, $45. I mean, like, I didn't do it because I didn't need it. But I'm just saying, like...
It's insane.
Like,
what plans do you know of that have 8 gigs of data anywhere in Canada?
And like, they're, like, $30, $40. Like, I don't...
Yeah, it's insane. But, yeah, so we got that done. And then we ended up just, like, happening by this really cool Chinese bakery. So we got some naan bread that was freaking delicious, and then Mega got this vegetable curry bun.
Oh, it was the best thing I've ever had.
Yeah. And then I got a red bean bun because Zach always gets me red bean buns because they're his favorite. And I'm addicted to them, and it was so good. I'm really happy we found that place. It was delicious.
And they were so cheap. Like, everything was like $1 or $2. Like, it was just like...
Yeah.
It was just like a really cute bakery. Like, a really...
Yeah, we found this really cute craft beer restaurant.
We got to try it. Yeah.
Bar. I don't know what to call it. But it was really cute. Like, the tables were like barrels and stuff. Like, it looked really cute, so I think we're gonna try it. It's not too far from here. But the cool thing about Australia is when you're here and you're going to their shops, you don't see a bunch of big chains like Walmarts and superstores and stuff everywhere. Like, you don't even see a lot of fast food chains anywhere.
We saw one McDonald's, one KFC,
and one Subway, and we did a lot of walking around and exploring today, and that's it. Like, all of the stores here are all like local stores, which is super cool.
And it's so important because honestly, like, that's what I don't understand. Like, even though we are attached to the United States, I get like the whole frenzy of wanting like Popeyes and like all this stuff, but a GDP internationally does not contribute to your own country's GDP. So those things, like when they make money off of Popeyes and all this stuff that's like in the USA, we don't make money off of it. It doesn't contribute to it, which is why our dollar will always be less because we are literally not making, like, they're taking money from us essentially by using our money that we are like getting. So I mean, I'm just saying, like in Australia, like it's great because everything is local. Like, everything is a mom and pop shop essentially. There's like bakeries, there's like little coffee shops, and like even the grocery stores aren't like, they're like fairly like, they're like, they have a lot of even though there's like, it's kind of like there's some chains of them, they're pretty much Australian, like everything's like Australian grown, like Australia made, or like it's some sort of like local thing that they're they're selling. Like, I would say 80% is actually local, even the chain grocery stores.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's really different than being in Canada.
And then we got back and we're exhausted.
Yeah.
Activated our SIM card, so I have a phone now. And then I have to go to school tomorrow.
Yeah. So, I don't know, is that it?
I think so.
Yeah, that's about it for the first day and a half.
We're gonna watch probably some Dear White People. I think you have to see it. It's really good. And you guys should watch it. It's hilarious and very politically correct. Which makes me... Anyways. Okay. See you.
Bye.
Bye.